Hi guys, welcome back. This is video number 5. Today we're going to look at riffs 21 to 25. The riffs I just played you there were Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry, Paranoid and Iron Man by Black Sabbath, Enter Sandman by Metallica, and Beat It by Michael Jackson. So start off with the first riff for you, Play That Funky Music. This one starts off with open E twice, then fret 7 on the A string with the third finger, fret 5 with the first finger on the A, back to fret 7 with the third finger on the A, so we got, that's the first bit. Then we got this 5 to 7 hammer on the E string. So I explained that in the last video, the hammer on technique, so I won't explain it again, but simply just push your first finger down on the 5th string, and then, on the 6th string, fret number 5, and then hammer, fret 7, and then you want to pick first finger, fret 5 on the A string, and then fret 7 with your third finger to finish the riff off on the A string. Just loop that riff round, okay? So that's riff number 21 of our series. Riff number 22 is Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Now this one starts up on the 12th fret, and it's basically a power chord, so like an E5 power chord. I'll quickly explain to you the technique of obviously what the power chord is. If I move that down a bit lower so somewhere you can see it a bit easier, so down at the B5 position here. Now a power chord, we sometimes call it a 5 chord, so we might call it so like A5, C5, D5. The reason why we call that is because it has the root note in there, which for this one for instance is the B root note, and it also has, on this one it's got an F sharp on the A string there, and it's 5 notes above in the scale. So if I play a B major scale, 5 notes above, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 notes above is my F sharp note there, and that's where it gets its name from, so the C5 or B5 as we're playing today. There's a couple of variations of that. You might see it like this one, or you might see it like this. Now all you're doing here is you put your little finger down on the D string, fret number 9, so just underneath the third finger, and all you're doing is doubling up. That note there is a B, and that note there is a B, and we're just doubling up on the root note, and it gives it just a bit more clout and a bit more beef to it. So here's the first one. Just gives it a bit more meat to it, really. So just that's the power chord technique, or the skill of using the power chord. And then up here, so on this one is the Black Sabbath one. We're going to start on the 12th fret. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hammer to the power chord of E5, but we're going to use our first finger flat across the E and the A strings to begin with, and 3 times we're going to hit those two and hammer with our third finger down on fret number 14 quite quickly. So we're going to go, okay, and then the rest of the riff goes, and this goes fret 12 on the A string to fret 14 hammer on, fret 12 on the D string, hammer to 14 on the D string, so the last part of that riff, so we got, and then it goes same again on the A, 12 to 14, and then we go 12 on the D, back to 14 on the A to finish our riff off. So. Again, we loop that one round. Brilliant. Okay, next one then is the riff number 23, which again is Black Sabbath, and this is Iron Man. Again, it's a power chord. Tony Iommi, who's the guitarist from Black Sabbath, he played a lot of his music with power chords, and there's a story behind that. He cut his finger off on an industrial accident, and which created obviously that sound. So he obviously hasn't got all of his fingers, so he uses the 2 fingers for his power chord shapes. So even though I said to explain to you earlier about using the little finger, I'd probably say Tony Iommi just uses his 2 fingers, finger 1 and 3, to create the power chord sound, and that's why lots of his songs, for instance, we just did power chord on the one before that, which was Paranoid, that's got the power chords in it. Again, this one's got power chords in it, and this is Iron Man, but that's the reason why. So just an interesting story for you. So this starts on fret number 7, finger 1 down on fret 7 of the E string, finger 3 down on fret 9, so it's our power chord shape, and we go. You want to keep this real slick to the fretboard, so just sliding up as you move between the positions, so we go. So same shape, we move from fret number 7 up to fret 10 and 12. Then again, 10 and 12. Then we slide up to 12 and 14. Slide up, and then we pick again. So. Okay. Then we go up, same shape, up to 15 and 17. And then we're going to go quickly. We're going to go 15, 17 back to 14, 16 very quickly. So slide back. So let me slide back down to 10 and 12. So and pick that one again. And then slide up to 12 and 14. So so as I said, just keep your fingers real slick to the fretboard and just slide between the shapes. Okay, moving on then, so moving on to riff number 24, this is by Metallica, this is Enter Sandman. This one we start on an E5 power chord, just down in the open position down here, so we've got the E string, and our first finger on fret number 2 of the A string, and we're going to go 2 of those. Then we slide with the third finger up to fret 7 of the A, so quite quick slide up to that. Then we use a second finger and we walk down on the E string, fret number 6 and fret number 5, so second finger, first finger, so okay, so that's your first part of the riff. So it's last time we're going to do a power chord shape. Now you can either do it, sometimes alternate between doing it like that, or I do it with this one with fingers 1 and 4 on the fret 3 of the E. This is a G5 power chord, fret number 5 of the A. I'm using my little finger, and I'm going to go. I come very quickly, so. So you can either probably just go to open strings because you're not really going to. I think what he does is just keeps the little finger down and you go. So that goes 3 and 5 for the power chord shape. Then off. Take the first finger off. And then move it back, move the whole shape back a fret. 2 and 4. Then off with the first finger. Back on. Move it up a fret back to where it was. And then back to 2 and 4. And then back to your E5 open chord shape there, so open power chord shape. When you get to that bit as well, so the 3 and the 5, so this bit, you want to make sure, if you can, just put the palm mute down on the saddle of it on the guitar, so to get this, get that really chunky sound. Okay, great, so that's our riff number 24. Last riff is Beat It by Michael Jackson. This is a great riff. It starts on the open E string. This is tuned down as well, by the way, so the original is tuned down with half a step. But for this we're just keeping it to standard. And this riff goes. So the first part of that riff goes open E, second finger fret 3 on the E string, first finger fret 2 of the A, little finger reaches out to fret 5 on the D string, first finger fret number 2 on the D string, use my third finger on the fret 4 of the D, first finger fret 2 of the D, and then little finger fret 5 of the A. And literally second time round, he just doesn't play 2 Ds on the A string, fret 5, he just does 1, so it's... Okay, so I hope you're enjoying it so far, guys. We're up to riff number 25. We are getting there, but yeah, just enjoy the riffs and just give us some feedback. So send us some videos of you performing your riffs or where you are so far. Take your time. If you're stuck on video 1 still, video 2, don't worry, it's fine. Just take your time on them. There's no rush. If you're really struggling on one riff but you want to move on, and then maybe come back to that riff a little bit later on. Enjoy that, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next lesson.